Well, I biffed. My intention, as we were starting tonight's program, was to have a separate scene up and then play the opening for the game on top of that with no mic or anything, until I realized I didn't have that set up. So you know what we're going to do to start things out? We're just going to swap over to the live scene. We're going to watch it, and then we'll swap back and start everything else up. And all week? Oh well. Technically, and we'll go over part of that anyways, technically, this wasn't going to happen potentially anyways, but here we are. Yes, autosave feature. Might as well turn up the Elgato just a little bit. I gotta turn it back down to there, but that way we get more of the opening. Yeah, I know I'm doing this well words. Figured I'd just let it sit, you know? All right, anyways. Now we have that out of the way. We can just basically sit on the menu screen here as I hopefully get it adjusted. There we go. All right. It is time once again over here for the Olympics. Well, the virtual Olympics anyways. Last year, grab my beverage and take a swig. Last year, of course, if you've been around for a little while, we ended up playing the PS4 official Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games video game. It's not the real title. It's actually it's long. It's just not that. But considering the past year and a half and everything that's been going on, and we're going to get into that too, don't worry. Everything that's been going on in the last year or so, that obviously postponed the Olympics. They didn't cancel it last year. They postponed it. It's still the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, or Tokyo 2020 anyways. And it starts today. Technically yesterday in Japan. Actually, technically today, but it's tomorrow. Anyways, it's tomorrow in Japan right now. It's the 24th of July. It's still the 23rd as we're recording this. But the opening ceremonies for the Olympics started at 4 a.m. West Coast time, 7 a.m. on the East Coast here in the United States, and 8 p.m. in Tokyo, Japan. Nobody inside of it. I actually have not watched it yet. I'm sure NBC will be airing it tonight on a humongous tape delay, and everybody's already pretty much caught it anyways. Yeah, nobody in the stadium, but they did all the normal stuff. Although, judging by some of the stuff I've seen, they didn't let anybody in, but there was a ton of people as far as they could get up to the stadium, because it is, fenced off after a certain point with only a few ways in and out for press and for athletes and officials and stuff like that. It was quite busy, to the point where you kind of wonder why they didn't just let people into the damn stadium anyways. But we'll have more than enough time during the course of these 3 streams, both tonight, next week, presumably on tentatively right now scheduled for July 31st, and then 1 week after that on August 7th. We'll have more than enough time to discuss the actual Olympics, all the controversies that are surrounding it this year. Not just the fact that they're still holding it during a state of emergency in Tokyo that's lasting till the end of the Paralympics, which is mid-August. I think it was August 17th was when the state of emergency is ending. Even though it doesn't mean anything because there's still a lot of people out because COVID fatigue has hit just about everybody, certainly in Japan. But that, that stuff, all the other fun controversies involving people that have been working with the Olympics committee over there to set certain things up or doing music composition. Sure, if you're watching this, you're probably well aware of it. And really, that, and even right now, that's what we have up. I mean, on screen we have Odaiba again. I actually had that on last night on my Densha to Go stream, because why not? It's pretty hazy out there, but it's July. It's summer in Japan. It's always hazy. But yeah, we'll have more than enough time over the next 3 weeks, 3 nights over the next 3 weeks to go over that stuff. And I'll touch upon it at least a little bit here as we're getting started, because I wouldn't want to throw it into the middle of everything as we start going into events and having some fun. Doing these streams, last year it was a no-brainer when I decided I'm going to do this, because we were at that point, golly, when did that start up? I think we were about 4 months into things here in the US at least. Japan had been doing state of emergencies and telling people to stay home, I think, since around early February. And obviously, it took them a little bit before they finally said, okay, yeah, we're not holding the Olympics. But it was a few months into things here, and it was a no-brainer at that time to hold the Olympics, because I was really sad. I was sad that it was not going on. I was not knowing for the last however many years that the Olympics were taking place there, and having been in the country in 2018 and 2019 around the time that the Olympics would technically take place in 2020, I knew for sure, I'm like, I'm not going into Tokyo at that point in time. I'm not going to go into the country. It's going to be a shit show. But I knew it was going to be a shit show for people that I knew that lived there, because it was just going to be really busy. But COVID-19 was not a thing at that point. It was just going to be, it's going to be a hassle because there's just going to be a lot of people, but I was excited for it. And you could see that in 2019 with the lead up, and people were excited. And there's merchandise everywhere, and I thought, this is going to be really cool. I want to watch these Olympics because I do enjoy watching the competition. I enjoy watching stuff that is related to the host area, at least if it's an interesting area. Even with the Beijing Games, and as controversial as China, at least as far as their government is concerned, I was still excited to see what they had in store. And with this one, having been in the country and being able to see where they're holding some of these events and being like, oh yeah, I was there, and letting people see the country, it was cool. So when it couldn't happen, and when a lot of us were just stuck at home, because at that point, vaccines were not a thing. They were still working on them. We would eventually get them. It just wasn't going to happen that soon. Pardon me. It just made sense. It made sense to hold something at home for the audience here, whoever might show up, whoever might want to see it, and just do something fun and celebrate it and be like, what a shame it is that we can't have the actual Olympics. Let's try to do something. Let's try to do something positive. And it seemed like, okay, well, we're getting vaccine rollout. Numbers are low in Japan. They were low for a good part of last year. It felt like, well, if they stay low, then they'll be able to hold these Olympics just fine in 2021. of course, that's not how it worked. Both there and here in the US and around the world, even in the beginning of the year, numbers climbed and then came back down. Vaccines started rolling out, and I think a lot of us really finally started to see a light at the end of the tunnel. So, of course, you start realizing people don't want to get the vaccine because they're morons. Sorry, that's the truth. Unless you have a really good reason, you're kind of an idiot. Like I said, I'm trying to get all the really negative stuff out, hopefully right now. But then we have the Delta variant to worry about now, and numbers started climbing in Tokyo and around the world. And vaccine rollout there has been pretty slow. They slowed it down even further by having 2 months of extra testing being done to make sure the vaccine was safe for the Japanese population. And this is a country that is pretty vaccine adverse. They don't like them. They had problems, I think, 30, 40 years ago with some vaccines that led to a lot of really big lawsuits. Wasn't good. So there's a lot of people that just aren't going to do it, and their numbers are climbing. There's a lot of really ugly shit aimed towards foreigners there that revolves around that, despite the fact that most of the country is Japanese and they would be responsible for their own cases and the own rise of cases. The Olympics seemed like a bad idea, and the perception got really negative, and nobody wanted it, except the Japanese government wasn't going to cancel it, probably just partially due to not wanting to lose face about it, as well as the giant money sink that got put into building new facilities, upgrading existing facilities, upgrading infrastructure across the board just to make it more accessible and better for the influx of people that was going to show up that isn't there. So it went from no foreign spectators to no domestic spectators, just none at all, nobody. And a big part of it is also the IOC not allowing host cities to cancel. Because let's be frank, these should have been canceled. These Olympic Games should not be happening right now. They're started. We can't do anything about it. And I think a lot of folks there are against it. Some, I believe, are against it, but also like the sooner we get these done, the better, and then we can move on with our lives. Some are trying to find positive aspects to it. At least one person, a friend of mine, can work remotely, so they just got the hell out of Tokyo. They just said, fuck it, I'll go someplace else for a month or however long they're going to be gone. It's unfortunate because a year ago I had hoped that we'd be in a better spot 12 months from then. We kind of are. We have vaccines. They're easily available. Anybody can get a vaccine, at least here in the US. Anybody can get a vaccine. There's lots of other places where vaccines are available. Unfortunately, that's not the case for other parts of the world. And there's some areas that have really... You hear my roommate coughing. Don't worry about it. He's fine. He does that all the time. I think he's... Anyways, I don't want to draw attention to it, but you might hear it. Don't worry. But there's parts of the world that just have been hit really, really hard. And we're seeing people come into the country. Like, I think it said 1 in 6 American Olympians are not vaccinated, which I think is amazing. I feel like if you're going to be a part of any Olympic team, you're going to be representing us, your ass should be vaccinated, period. But there's people that are showing up. Some, unfortunately, probably from countries that just did not have the infrastructure in place to protect them. And I don't know how that's going to affect others, but when you have people where you don't know if they're going to be sick and you're competing with them in a sports environment, it's the same thing over here with team sports. It's like some people are not going to get a vaccine, some people will. You don't know what's going to happen. You very well could get sick. People were getting sick last year. Even in cases where they were supposed to be in a bubble with nobody on the outside coming in, people getting tested constantly, minimizing the contact with the outside world to make sure, hey, we can have a season, we can do shit. Anyways, clearly this is turning into a huge COVID-19 rant, but I feel like it's impossible to not talk about that in conjunction with the Olympics and realizing that the Olympics being held are just a terrible idea. Which sucks because people spend large parts of their lives preparing for this and wanting to be a part of this. And I've always really enjoyed watching it. And it's really tough to watch it because at that point you're supporting advertisers and networks and the IOC itself. And I don't want to give them that support. I'm literally playing an official product tonight. Granted, I spent my money on this, like almost a year ago, and the PS4 game I bought 2 years ago. So it's there's a lot of conflict, and part of that also was anybody I know that's in Japan that sees me doing something that is clearly adjacent to the Olympics, even if I'm trying to do something more positive around it, while also, as I'm doing right now, being 100% open and blunt about how I feel about the actual Olympic Games, doing something that's adjacent to it and how they would react to it. Part of that's me overthinking it. And I get worried about that. I get worried about what people think about me and some of the stuff I do. But at the same time, I am doing the show tonight, and I'm doing the show next week, as well as the week after that, to try to get something positive out of all of this. There's Saint. There's lots of caps to that. This is going to stay in the VOD too, because all this is going up. Well, thank you. I don't know what to say to that. Yeah, I don't know what to say to that, because if I do say something, it won't be nice to myself. Anyways. But yeah, like even folks like John Dobb, he was there at that son of a bitch, I hope he is safe. Although I gave him shit earlier because he talked about Dave Spector. He did a live stream earlier this morning, at least West Coast time. It was last night for them, where he was at the Olympic Stadium outside and talking to people. And thankfully doing that because he's been trying to find positivity out of it, because he's been critical of the Olympics and the handling of things. And he allowed people to be on camera with him as he was checking stuff out that were clearly being critical about certain stuff. Sometimes to the point where they're like, well, you should let people into the arena. I'm like, I'm not so sure, but considering that the state of emergency is literally useless, they might as well have let you guys in there. Yeah, I gave him shit. He mentioned Dave Spector, who is a famous Gaijin talent over there, and Hardcore Chocolate has a shirt with Dave Spector's face on it. I'm like, would you buy and wear this? He's like, no. Anyways, I just got here, so I don't know what you're actually talking about, except you're worried about what other people think of you. It was me explaining. I'm trying to get all the negative stuff out of the way regarding COVID and the Olympics, because those things are hand in hand, and just the general handling of things, and the fact that this year's virtual Olympics, stay-at-home Olympic streams, unlike last year's where it was like, this sucks, I really wish the Olympics was running, let's do something. They're actually running this year, but I'm trying to, do something more positive, as opposed to being like, hey, I don't want to support an event. I'm still going to kind of probably keep track of it, just because. Although I want to say the one event I was hoping to see, maybe I still will, was sport climbing. Sport climbing doesn't start till the last week of the Olympics, so I got a while to go. Victor and I woke up to an automated message from Travis County being like, if you're not vaccinated, please stay at home. Also, please get vaccinated for the love of God. I never knew the county name for that. Was it always Travis County? I don't know things about Texas. Looking at the Olympic schedule, as I'd mentioned already, softball and football, I don't know who was competing. Association football, by the way, thankfully they've never implemented gridiron football into the Olympics. I'm actually kind of surprised they haven't done that, at least as an exhibition, but yeah, softball is already running. That'll be done by next Tuesday. They actually medal game there. But a few of these sports don't actually happen for a while, which means some of these Olympians come in late. Marathon swimming does not start until August 4th. And there's a medal there, and there's a medal the next day. No, yeah, there's also the games invention I'm going to are like, we're proceeding as normal, but if you're not vaccinated and if you're worried, wear a mask, okay? Yeah, but say, you'll have a mask on. I know you're vaccinated, but at the same time, Texas, and I know Austin, as progressive a place that is, there's a lot of dipshits there. The dipshits are deep. I don't know. I was going to lead into deep in the heart of Texas, but it failed there. Yeah, July 25th, that's when wrestling starts. I'm trying to think of something that starts the latest. Karate and modern pentathlon don't start until damn near the end of the games. Although somehow water polo is going to basically... It runs from tomorrow, the 24th, all the way to the final day of the Olympics. Some of these make sense. I guess team-based sports, if you have a bunch of teams that are playing, you're going to have a lot of games to play. Handball runs a while. Volleyball... Beach volleyball runs almost as long as indoor volleyball. Both sports I like. Indoor volleyball is a lot of fun to watch. But yeah, sport climbing starts on August 3rd, and that's a brand new sport to this year. And I'm actually looking forward to that. I don't think we have that on the docket tonight. We can actually take a look. Three different events, Dream Racing, Dream Shooting, and Dream Karate, which are like really weird mini games. Like the shooting one seems more, it's kind of like, what's the event they have legitimately? Wasn't Archery, but there's another one. Where's that at? Oh yeah, there's no actual shooting event in this, so I have a feeling because they couldn't fit shooting in because it's a Mario and Sonic game and you don't want to have actual like weapons. Because the shooting event, I believe, is being held on a military base. Yeah. The Asaka shooting range, which is on Camp Asaka in Nerima, Tokyo. That is a Japan Ground Self-Defense Force base. Why? Weapons. And weapon laws are pretty strict in Japan. So it's probably like, this is the most secure facility we can put on here, and it's the safest, and we already have a range. So, I have a feeling because we couldn't have actual shooting, that's what Dream Shooting's for, and it's kind of weird. It's weird target practice. I believe we have that maybe in night... It might be night 2, so it might be next week. Why weapons? Well, I can clip that later. But yeah, we're going to throw those in there. Plus, there's also retro events. If we have a little bit of time at the end of the night, once we finish all the normal all of the normal events. I might go into some of the retro events as well and fit those in just as some extra stuff as I pick up my controller and the screen goes bright again. But yeah, I'll try to get through what we can tonight, and well, we're gonna go through all of them. What the hell am I talking about? The thing I'm thinking about and how I wanted to do this, because I can't create my own character. This isn't like the PS4 game where you can go in. There's a full customization feature for characters. You can create yourself pretty damn well. This is all Mario and Sonic characters, and there's no real like Olympics mode. There's a story mode. I don't know what the hell this is about, but I didn't want to play this because I felt like that's kind of nah. Like unless they have you actually play through the Olympics, it's like no, we'll just go with quick match. So my thought process on this was I was going to play everything on very hard, because I realized on some of the stuff for hard I was actually doing really well anyway, so I figured I might as well up the ante a little bit. We're going to do a couple of attempts just for learning it, and you can see how some of these events work. And then attempt to medal it. Although, thinking about that now, I'm not sure how that's going to work. Unless... No, we'll go ahead and do it that way. There's one thing, it's like, it was easier to practice events in the PS4 game, and then you could go in and just... Like, hey, let's go ahead and do it now, and we'll try to medal. So at least get a feel for the different events, and then attempt to medal it. I was thinking that if I don't... There we go, thank you. If I don't medal it the first time around, we can give it one more go, and if whatever I get at that point is what I get. Obviously, we're shooting for gold on all of them. It'd be kind of nice to gold medal everything on very hard, but I will take... Medaling in general is what I would like to do. And there was very few. I think there was maybe 1 or 2 events last year where I didn't medal at all. For whatever reason. Some of them were kind of difficult, and some of these kind of threw me for a loop. I am not... You don't do triple jump tonight. You do triple jump tonight. Ooh. Triple jump, I'm not... That one I'm going to have to definitely do a couple attempts. Because the hardest part is literally making sure you actually make your first jump before the foul line, which the way they have the camera set up makes it kind of difficult. If I had it my way, it would just be the part where it's like, why weapons? But it was only like 3 seconds, and the shortest you can go is 5, which is weird. They don't let you go shorter. Oh well. Anyways, I've been talking for a half hour. We can go into our first event, which I'm probably going to get my ass kicked. So tonight's first event is Bokshingu. Also, I'm going to randomize my character every time, so that way I can't find somebody that's like, oh, who's the best person? Let me fucking beat their ass. No, we'll go ahead and... We're starting off with one of the main people. We get Sonic. Now, since I've already accessed this event once, they won't go through the normal how to play. So we can go through it here. There's also multiple ways of being able to play these games. I'm not using any of the motion controls just because it'd be really difficult to do that right here. So we'll just play normally. So you use your X button for a high punch, B for low, and you can combine those with different inputs. Although they do go over some other stuff. But different inputs like either up, left, or right, and that changes it to a different punch. So you can tilt it up. Although blocking's kind of... That was one of the harder parts, is trying to figure out where they might end up landing that blow. You do have a super meter that if you keep hitting them... Actually, I think it's hitting them, or you might end up building it up when you get hit. Either way, you can then just beat the ever-living shit out of them. And then if you get knocked down, you have to press the A button rapidly to stand up. Although I have beaten somebody with a standing 10 count, so we'll see what happens on there. And our advanced stuff here is being able to sidestep, which is weird because I thought you could do that normally. Anyways. And of course, this is a lot like the full Olympics video game where they give you all the different controls, a bunch of different things here. They'll give you the basic ones and the how to play, but there's, of course, a whole bunch of other stuff you can do. which you have to check here. So we'll do at least, maybe not. Maybe we'll see how well we do. If we medal on this, we won't have to worry about it. Yeah, see, it's like sometimes you're like, I don't know how they're managing to counter hit so quickly. Peach is probably just fast. She's gonna knock me out. No, it's her punching me. That's the thing. I'm like, how the hell do you build this up so quickly? Yeah, I'm gonna get knocked down in this first round. The heart punch. Come on, Sonic. All right, that didn't work. They stole my all right, you know what? Nah, fuck that. We're good. We don't medal after this, we'll call it. I wasn't very good at even practicing this. And having it on very hard is not going to do me any favors. Yeah, she's definitely building that up. I wonder if it's the counter hits. Okay, the guard break is what uses it up. There we go. Punching her in the knees, is that... It's not fair. Is she gonna get saved by the bell? We'll see. No. She got up much faster than she should have. But she isn't trying to sweep my legs. Well, actually, both of us are like nothing but legs. Well, there went that. That was a bad choice on my part. Yeah, they counterpunch ridiculously fast. Which is really unfair. Well. I can't even... Once they have that, I don't believe you can actually guard at any point. Alright, you can stop counting. Thanks, B. I forget your fucking name, but you're not a regular character in here either. They... Somehow, though, the Gator... I always forget the name of Sonic characters. Like, it's that guy from Knuckles Chaotix, the game nobody played. Jesus Christ. Alright, I should have punched her out of that, but that didn't work. I'm not even gonna bother trying to fucking tap the button. No, we'll see. I'm thinking, I'm like, it took a 9 count after my first knockdown to get up. Which means the game's gonna just be like, yeah, fuck you. Yeah, you're done. I'm on my feet, fuck you. Yeah, this happened against one of my opponents. Alright, should I take that, try that at least one more time? Or should we just say, no, no, AF, you suck. You totally got beaten by Peach. Just take your L. You don't get a medal on this one. Start out really poorly. I'm not going to rethink the idea of doing it on very hard. I might as well give myself some kind of challenge. I just don't I feel like this is a harder event to play than the PS4 one. I did medal on that, I think. Yeah, I'll leave it up to you guys. If you want to see one more go, I'll do one more go. I don't know what to... Is that a yes? I don't think it'll matter if I change characters. That was the whole point of having random. You know what, screw it. We'll do one more, and we'll see what happens. Blocking repeated blows will eventually result in a guard break with a super strike. All it takes is one hit. Yeah, but it's a waste of super strike. Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll go ahead and try it one more time. We'll see how it works. Yeah, they fucking... They counter hit so quickly. Alright, can I not get hit? Fuck. Oh, fuck you. I don't know why she got that. She keeps getting that meter so fucking quickly. It's getting pummeled. Sonic's got a weak jaw. Yeah, another standing 9 count. And I'm just terrible at hitting those. Lordy. No, chows don't care. Like, this is what you get for neglecting us. It'd be nice to, like, get away from this stupid fucking flurry. Like, once you're hit on that, it's like, why even make the person do button taps? Yeah, that's bullshit. Why even have 3 knockdowns? 2 knockdowns is enough on very hard to cost you that. Alright, that's a wrap on boxing. I'm already tired of that. That's horse shit. I got worked. Low punch don't mean shit. Alright, so no metal on that. At least with having it on very hard, we'll know exactly what we metal in. Not a great way to start, not gonna lie. Alright. With one... May go well, may not. I've actually only done fencing once. This one will definitely be an instance. Oh, they're gonna give us the full deal. All right. Each hit you land will score you a point. The first to reach 10 points wins. Hold up on the left analog stick to hold your sword high, and press A for a high lunge. Hold down for a low lunge. I think when you... Oh, I don't... Shit. Thank you. I did not realize that. Shit. It's gonna be in the VOD. No. Give me a second. This is what I get for not testing stuff. Especially since this is not a part of my normal stream overlay, so that's why. Yeah. No, my BRB screen looks like this. So yeah. Whoops. That's right. That's okay. There's gaffes like this during live television. Even on big events, it's like, oh yeah, something bad happened. Okay. Anyways. Going back over to here. And of course we can dash about on the playfield here. This one was interesting. I think I barely won my... Yeah, Trust me, there's been more than enough streams where I've had something that didn't work or didn't look right, and that I didn't notice it until I went back to make, you know, highlights for YouTube, and I was like, oh, that's been wrong the whole time, and literally nobody said anything. I'm like, cool. All right, parrying is where I am not confident, especially if they're going to be jerk asses about it here on this difficulty. Yeah, if you hit your super lunge, you get 3 points. If the match ends in 1 win, 1 loss, the total amount of points will determine the winner. Okay. When your opponent is knocked back from a parry, quickly press A for a counterattack. And I wanted to check that. Alright. We're going to have Donkey Kong and Mario. What a duo. They're going to fight the whole time. We got to face Sonic the Hedgehog and Wario, who are representing a country I honestly don't recognize if someone wants to look that one up. Alright, high attacks are blocked automatically when standing still or moving backward with your sword held high. Move backwards with your sword held low to block low attacks. I'm going to forget that. If your opponent earns 7 or more points, you get an adrenaline rush. This will cause you to attack and move quicker. If the score is tied, a tiebreaker is held with representatives from each team. The line that is temporarily displayed on the ground at the start of the match shows the range of your lunge. Okay. We'll see how bad, Donkey Kong is at this. Actually, I need to check my controls again real quick before we start. Alright, so high stance, low stance, lunges, parries. High step lunge. High lunge when moving forward. Okay. Love how some people get like actual uniforms for fencing, but Donkey Kong is just Donkey Kong. Of course, he's gonna get a couple free points. I can do that too, fucker. Pow, right in the face. Yeah, that's kind of normal. That's even like fighting game rules sometimes. Depends upon the fighting game. Usually though, getting hit will give you meter. Some games it's doing attacks or hitting somebody. Sometimes it's all 3 of them, where it's like, hey, you're doing this stuff, but you're also getting hit, and now you have meters. So that way it's not completely lopsided. And in this case, the super lunge really is there as a bit of a comeback mechanic to keep things close, or in my case, he managed to get a few points off of that, and then not so much afterwards. Alright, we'll see how Mario is. That first match went okay. We'll face off against my nemesis. Allez. Get you right in that big schnoz. Damn. Oh. Shit, he's gonna win. Alright. But technically I have more points. It'd be 18 to 14. There we go. That's a medal, so I'll take that. Screw it. We don't have to do another run on that. Yeah, I don't know what Shadow is doing there. Wario, it'd be kind of funny if there was like a behind the scenes system where it's like, yeah, Wario's hatred of Mario is so great that it just kicks his AI up that much higher. I'm surprised though. After how bad boxing was, that was surprisingly a lot easier than I expected. I only won by points, but who was in 3rd place there? Or did they put like Wario and Shadow on either side of us? I didn't see. Like, was there anybody else in this event? It didn't seem like it. All right. That's 2 events down. We're, let's see, I was scheduled for 3 hours. We'll see. I spent the first half hour. I've spent more time talking about negative stuff than actually playing events. All right. With fencing down, we're now moving into badminton singles. Not my cup of tea, not gonna lie. I'm not confident about this at all. If this was regular tennis, I'd be okay with that. Although I think I might not have medaled in one of those. Or I might have gotten silver last year. Table tennis will be okay when we actually end up getting around to that. Alright, badminton was singles, correct? Yes, okay. Press A to serve. You can move with the left analog stick when your opponent is returning the shuttlecock. Your character will automatically move to receive if left standing still. Press A while tilting to the left to hit the shuttlecock to the left side of the court. Press A while tilting right to hit it to the right side of the court. Press A on the own to hit it to the center of the court. Very well. When the super gauge is full, super gauge is full, hold R and press A to do a super shot. I need to actually check the rest of those. There's some advanced stuff there, and we'll see that. Also, you'll blend in with the court. I'm facing off against Daisy, who's... That's not the Puerto Rican flag, is it? No, Puerto Rico... Is there any... No, Puerto Rican delegation would be just a part of the U.S. Oh. Okie dokie. Enjoy your foods. Alright, how to play. We need to check the rest of that. Press A while tilting up to hit the shuttlecock to the rear of the court, and down to hit it to the front court. Okay. I wonder if I can combine that a little bit with other directions. Or if it's just... You can hit it to the... You can hit it back court, but you can't hit it left back court. We'll see. Alright, so there's no advanced controls. Everything else is just directions in A and then super shot. Okay. We'll give this a go. See how we do. If we don't medal, we'll give it one more shot. Whoops. That just sailed right past me. Alright, I don't... Could I move? Yeah, I could move. Okay. Whoops. Oh, I'm definitely going to have to do a do-over on this unless I can face a... Get a comeback. Jesus Christ. I'm getting rocked. You're a match point. I was going to say, where the hell did that go? Like, it looked like it disappeared, but it might have also gotten stuck in the court. Yeah, I really don't like the fact that they seem to be able to... Oh, good. I really don't like the fact that they seem to be able to cover the court really, really well. Like, you can't place a shot somewhere and be like, okay, I'm going to get you. It's like, no. They're just maybe reading inputs? All right, let's give this another shot. There we go. I was hoping it's like, let me get her to play the net, and if I can get her close to the net, then... Shit. Alright, that was me just hitting the button too early. I'm button mashing. No, that just disappears. Super shots are weird. I don't care about her replay. Let's go. She didn't even try to go after that. Jesus Christ. Alright, that was a good volley, though. When she beats me this time, it's not going to be as bad a shutout as last time. Alright, that's bullshit, because I was going across the damn court. Fuck you. Going the distance! Bring it on, Daisy. Bam. Actually, she should have been able to return that one. Very well. God, I hope I can return this one back. Shit, that came at me really, really fast. Alright, so I don't know how they handle ties. Alright, so it's like tennis. Probably need an advantage. God, oh fuck. I don't know how I saved that. Yeah. There you go. She's almost got a super, though, which is going to keep us playing for a while. Yeah, she's going to return that. Get fucked. Come on. Yeah. Fuck. Whoa. Okay. That was intense. So after that first match, I was not confident about that at all. I'm surprised I think the fact that I got lucky that she was not trying to hit back most of those super shots. And the one time I'm like, oh, she's not going to do it. She decided to return it back to me. And I got lucky hitting a couple of those back too. Cool. And then Mario's there, because why not? We can't let spectators into the real Olympics, but Shy Guys and Chows and Flickies and lots of Toads. There's probably some Kuribo around there somewhere. An inflatable thing with Mirai Toa on it. Yeah, I don't know what was generally bringing up that super shot, and that's what I kind of realized part of the way through that event was, oh, she's building up meter really fast. I'm like, yeah, because she's returning a lot of these shots back at me and timing them properly, and that must build up meter a lot quicker. I don't think they might have mentioned that, and I don't know. All right, we are 3 events down. Ooh, yeah, that was intense. I gotta take a moment on that. I was not sure about that, but after how poor boxing went, we've done okay. I think I might stick with that particular setup where I might give it a go. If I medal somehow during it, then it's the medal, but I might just use that as, hey, let's see what we can do on this, and we'll give it one more shot if we don't do very well, and if we just don't get it, we don't get it. That's what makes me, I feel like I wish they had a more proper Olympics mode in this. Anyways, event 4, archery teams. Archery is not too bad. It's a little difficult. I have a feeling with very hard, it's going to be ridiculous ass wind speed. We'll see. Hold L to raise your bow, and then hold R to draw the bow springs. Ooh, bow strings. Use the left stick to aim. Release R to shoot the arrow. The closer the arrow lands to the bullseye, the higher the score. 2 consecutive scores of at least 9 points will make your next shot a super shot. Super shots are worth double the points. In team mode, team competition, your team's final score is determined by the combined scores of all team members. I don't know how many team members we're going to be able to have. Wind speed and direction will affect the arrow's trajectory. The greater the distance from the target, the more the arrow will drop before it hits, and it will fucking drop by quite a bit. You have to compensate a great deal on that, and with wind speed on there as well. And it's not, the aiming is not exactly what I would call easy, because there is a lot of deviation just naturally built into it, as you will see. All right, we get tails and Blaze. I don't remember what Blaze was from. We're taking on Shadow and Amy. There are no Mario characters involved in this. Sorry, guys. All right, pretty easy controls on that as they show, nothing advanced. Just got to take aim and fire. I don't remember, where were they holding? I'll be able to check where they're actually holding. First archer, 3 arrows, 20 meters. And they do give us a couple practice shots, which is helpful. All right, so where was... Give me a second, I'm going to take a look at archery. I'm trying to remember where they were holding that at this year. That is at Yume no Shima Park. Where the hell is that? Is in Koto Ward in Tokyo. Okay. Built by improving the landfill site Yume no Shima, which had been the final disposal site for garbage from 1957 until 1967. That's a running theme for places in Japan. They're usually built on spots where debris and other things, like a lot of stuff are man-made islands there, I think dating back to the era of the Great Kanto earthquake. But in this case, it's kind of like, what are we going to do with this? We can use it for this. Bam. Yume no Shima, Island of Dreams. I didn't take a look at the kanji on that. I'm not sure if that's actually what it reads as. Yeah, these practice shots are not timed. The regular shots will be timed. No wind, so that's cool. That was a little bit of downward wind. But that's 2 9s, so that means the third shot is going to be a super shot, so we'll get double points on that. All right, next up is Blaze. I'm not sure if Blaze gets that third shot. I'm not sure. We'll see. It's kind of nice that they actually put wind into the practice shots just to let you know, hey, this is gonna be a thing. Bear that in mind. Bam. Okay, no, it looks like it will be on the third shot for that particular character. Although I nailed that round pretty well. Get ready for big points. They're going crazy in the stands. You need to calm down. We're not even at the big events yet. Although we didn't see Shadow or Amy go for that, representing Spain, but they scored almost as well as we did because they're jerks. All right, 40 meters. Not much wind, but I am going to have to compensate a little bit for the distance drop. That was not a great shot, but we'll take it. That was a good shot, though. I'll take it. All right, we'll see how we do on this. Blaze has a super shot as well. Big thing I need to do is make sure I actually put that reticle where I want it. That's better. Bigger points. Not where I wanted to put that. That deviated more than I would have liked. Alright, where are we at in standings now? Alright. It's not too bad. I'm more worried about this one. 60 meters is pretty significant. So 2 meters per second downward, plus we're going to have to compensate quite a bit. Not bad. Alright, so actually I should just aim up. Higher than I would have liked. Still, I'm usually not shooting around that the few times I've gone through this event on my own. It kind of helps that there's no wind to either the east or west, as speak of the devil. Nice. Good shot. Another good shot. I'll take that. Alright. We'll see what the final tally is. We did it. We didn't beat the Olympic record, but we still beat them by almost 10 points. Alright. And then there's Metal Sonic. Hey, there was at least one Mario character sitting around in here. It's mostly Sonic characters. I guess all the Mario squad was just like, fuck Archery, what are you talking about? Nintendo's like, you can't do that. Sega is like, well, we gave Shadow guns at one point, so who cares? I like the hot air balloons back there. They're less scary than that, like, giant head that was floating around in Tokyo. You got Midai Toa back there. Mario's back there. I see a Chain Chomp back over near the Sky Tree. There's a Chow head up to the top left there. It's kind of hidden behind the awards ceremony. Okay. Watch out. The wind is fickle. It can change direction and speed at any time. Yes, it can. Already 4... Damn. All right. Guess these aren't going to be as long as streams. I think that means we're going to have to actually do some of the Tokyo 1964 stuff at the end. That's fine by me. I'm okay to show those off. We'll have to randomize those events and then remember what we did. Because I think there's like... There is 10 of those. So maybe able to fit in 4 of them tonight. Alright. 4 events down. We have medaled in 3. Surprisingly. Again, that boxing is going to be the thing that's going to be the black eye on this entire event. So yeah, 4 events down. We're now at Canoe Double C2 1,000 meters. Canoe is going to be interesting. This is actually a relatively interesting event. I might have to do a trial run on that. It's getting the timing down is one thing, and then you'll see as we go through the explanation if they'll let us do that. Actually, I have played this, so we'll see what happens. All right, Vector, good on the last leg. I hope so. He's not got much in the way of legs. Speaking of legs, good on the last leg, and we got somebody that's good on super starts. I'll take that. Going up against Knuckles and Wario, Luigi and Bowser, and then Bowser Jr. and Daisy. So this seemed to be the one where Mario people, or Sonic people decided not to show up. All right. As the event begins, hold down R to charge power. Tilt down on the left stick at go to start. Press down on the left stick, or tilt it anyways, to paddle. Matching your paddling speed with your partners to go faster. That didn't make... Match your paddling speed with your partners to go faster. If your timing is off, you will slow down. Yeah, that's the thing you gotta kind of get the hang of. When you reach the last 3,000 meters, that's a long race. How are we at 3,000 when it's only a 1,000 meter race? When you're at the last 300 meters, it's time for the final push. Don't worry about timing, just pedal as fast as, or as quickly as you can. But not too soon. The one time I played this event, I started pedaling before the game told me to do that, so I just slowed down. I think we still won the race, but not by a lot. Yeah, thankfully, pretty easy. Left analog stick, charge before start, which a lot of the events, certainly races, all have that. So, pretty easy. 5 seconds off from the record during my practice attempt. So we'll see. That big old chow balloon. Start charging after ready goes away. Yeah. Once it says pick up the pace, then you're good. All right, we're not going to have to do a redo on that either. We smoked them. I didn't see the time. Never mind, we set a new Olympic record. I'll fucking take it. That was a very happy alligator. Or crocodile. Vector crocodile? I don't know. That's good. We beat him by 13 seconds. I feel bad for Daisy. She got stuck with Bowser Jr. and it's like, that kid's got like no limbs. He's back there though. He's trying his best though. Wasn't good enough. As we just mercilessly just pulled away from the pack. I'm pleased with that. Even if that was quite the drubbing. Anybody else invited? Oh, that was... What the hell's the name of the... That wasn't a girl hedgehog. It's one... Milky? Marshmallow? Fucking... I don't remember. I saw her off to the side standing next to one of the toads. Clearly, you can see I did some kind of research for Sonic characters. That is a bold-faced lie. Start charging the instant ready disappears and your power will be maxed when go appears. Yeah, they'll give you that for most things. Anyways, that was quick. I thought that Waluigi was dabbing there, and I probably called him Wario at some point during all that, didn't I? Okay. Yeah, we're already 5 events in, which means we're already up to Dream Racing. This one I'm not really worried about. I think with the Dream events you can medal in, but I was more concerned about medaling in actual events. But we'll see. I've only done this once, and I placed really poorly. So if we manage to medal at all, I'll take it. Yeah, this is one of the crazy weird events. Turns are tight. Yeah. I did almost break the record, despite the fact that that first practice attempt a couple days ago did not go very well. Alright, as the event begins, hold down R to charge power, press A at go to start. Obviously, tilt the left stick in any direction to turn that direction. Press A to jump. Part of this is also how it works in the skateboarding. It's kind of what this is based on, although it's set up more like a Sonic level. Yeah, jump off of stuff, you can grind on rails, and then you can get some speed off of that. Use tricks when you have your super meter. Performing tricks will give you a boost when you land. Although I thought you might have to tap A, because I know in skateboarding, if you tap A on a landing, it does give you a speed boost. Alright, collect rings to power up your board and go faster. Running into an item box gives you items to use in the race, which is kind of something it's a Mario Kart thing, obviously. This also feels a little bit like a Mario Kart stage. Actually, most of these power-ups are all Mario Kart. What am I talking about? Except for high speed. I mean, Superstar, Red Shell, and Thunder are all those. Barrier, that's a Sonic item. Rich Ring. Okay. Check our controls real quick. All right, let's give it a go. Gotta jump right off the bat. Trying to get some rings. There's a very Sonic thing here. Dating back to Dreamcast, baby. Yeah. Good to get those boosts. Say Afterburner? Good game. Kind of. I do like Afterburner. It's a great looking game, but it's also one of those games where I'm like, this is really hard to control. Actually, I would have liked to have that grind rail there. Shit. How am I in third? I somehow lost positions, and I don't know how. Alright, I think third is what I got last time. So I don't know where you lose speed. I'm like, what the fuck's happening? And I think that was a race even on normal. I set a new record, but I still lost. Well, placed third. It's a bronze, technically. Will they even give me a bronze medal? Silver got a bronze. Wait, what? Let me give that one more go. We medaled, so... I'm curious. Let's see if I can place any better. Then again, there could just be a lot of really crappy rubber banding. Oh, that didn't help me. Can't blame rubber banding when you just, you know, completely fuck up. Aha. The hell did I jump to the side for? I tried to jump off and it's like, oh, what? No, fuck you. Fuck you. I feel like doing tricks is almost detrimental. Do this here. Fuck you. Really? Alright, fine, fuck it. Yeah, I did worse this time around. Alright, fuck it. I'll take my third place. I don't care. Yeah, that one's hard to tell because it's just like, all right, if I nail a bunch of tricks in a row and I'm grinding on stuff and I'm hitting speed pads and everything, and it's like, why am I losing speed and people are just jumping ahead of me? But it might be... See, and they don't tell you that when landing, hit A on contact, so it does work like the skateboarding event. They just don't... They should tell you that when they explain the event to you. At least I feel that way. Anyways. Oh, third. I actually, maybe there aren't... Oh! No, that's right. Let me swap over, because I have done dream shooting. If I go to normal... Yeah, there's no medals. So I don't really have to worry about medaling. We'll just see how well we do on these. Pop that back up to very hard. So I was like, oh, they gave me a third. Why is it not a bronze? I'm like, oh, because they are exhibition events. So we don't have to worry about that. Worrying about nothing. All right. All that down. We're moving on to surfing shortboard. I am not... It's also another one I'm not particularly confident in. So we'll see what we do with the attempts we have. Because this one's a little bit... It's not terribly hard in terms of controls. It's more figuring out when you should start, because you'll see. It's picking what kind of wave to ride and when it shows up, and then actually being able to trick on it, and then maximize the amount of time you have on a wave. Let's see what Amy can do. Well, jumping with her legs in a weird position, I'm like, that's gotta hurt. Unless she's flexible, don't answer that. Alright. Earn points by performing tricks. Competitors are ranked based on the total amount of points they score within the time limit. Press A to begin paddling and catch a wave. Waves vary in height and length, so be sure to catch a good one. Turn left or right to turn in that direction. Press A to do an aerial trick. The kind of trick depends on what direction the left stick is tilted. When the super gauge is full, press A while holding R to do a super trick. Alright, at the top of a curling wave, if the top of the curling wave is breaking, you can ride along its edge. This move is called a floater. Floater. You can enter a curling wave like it's a tunnel and perform a tube ride. Press left or right to keep your balance and score more points. Performing a super trick will put you in boost mode. You'll be able to earn more points in this mode, but you'll also move faster, so be careful. Yeah, not a whole lot of controls, just more kind of figuring out what to do. My best record is very far off from the actual best record, so I don't remember if I placed on that or not. We'll see what happens. Oh, big. Tubing, baby, tubing. All right. Not a great wave. Like, you don't get a whole lot of big waves, but... Doing these too early. Alright. Bet that combo gauge keeps going down. Like, can I get time to do that? No? Combo's just gonna go away? Okay. Fuck you. Still going. Alright, that's a better score than my previous attempt at this. Sadly, that would have been a big wave. I don't know what I actually got, though. Did I even medal? Third. Okay. I'm gonna give that one more shot. I took bronze. Now that one, it's just, I feel like it's hard. I'm not getting the timing right. If I can get the timing right on those jumps. Yeah, and they even mentioned there, it's like some of your waves are just gonna kind of stink. Oh. I was gonna do that again. We'll do it with Amy again as well. That's who we got. Stick with who random gave us on that. Let's see what happens. It seems like your first wave is always a big one. Or not. Nope, I didn't even jump off of that one. It's like it's the end of the wave. I'm like, I'm still riding the wave though. The fuck? Let me keep going, man. Oh, sure. You fucking in the wave on me right as I'm hitting that. Cool. Thanks, game. I'm hitting more perfects this time around, but I don't think that really matters. That was lame. Whoa. I don't know why that ended so quickly. Well, it's better than last time. It's not the record. I don't think that'll place me much higher. Silver? Alright. We'll leave it at that. I'm okay with silver. Gave myself 2 shots. I medaled the first time around. Alright. Flying through events tonight. So, with most of those down, I think we actually get to go into relatively normal events now. Our last 3 being 100-meter dash, triple jump, and football. Football will hopefully take a little while. That and rugby sevens, I know with last year's stuff, was some of the longer events, because if you wanted to medal in those, it probably won't work out that way with here. It'll be, hey, you need to beat them in medal, or you just don't. Although I feel like even if you lose and they treat it as a gold medal event, you would still technically get silver. I don't know how they're going to treat that. Anyways. It was 100 meters, triple jump, and football. All right. 100 meters, I'm not super... We'll see how much faster they get on very hard. So if I can get a good start, it'll be fine. All right. So the event begins. Hold down R to charge power. Press A at go to start running. Press A repeatedly to run. The faster you press the button, the faster you will run. And press R to use your super dash. Do not use that too early. One of the other events, I've done that before, where it's like, yeah, if you use it too early, you get blown up and you get really winded for obvious reasons. Thrust chest forward. Technically, I could probably hold R after I do the super dash. don't remember there being a speed pad at the end of the line. Do they show that? Probably just shows up during the event. Okay. See how well we do here with tails. It's getting a lot of usage tonight. Yeah. Okay, there you go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Tails really should just be flying at that point with his tails twirling around, a la Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Wonder if I can improve that. We'll see. I beat Sonic. Hell, Vector beats Sonic. That doesn't make any sense. Sonic's like, whatever. I'll let you guys win. At least he's not flossing. I guess that's good. Alright. I've done this a few times. I've unlocked a bunch of tips. Yeah, instant ready disappears. Charge that. Probably could do a super dash. Oh, okay, yeah. Press R, which I don't think I did. I don't believe I held it. During a super dash, you can accelerate slightly by repeatedly pressing A. Well, I don't stop pressing A until I'm done. So. Never mind. We'll give that a third shot. You're already gold medaled anyways. Wow, that's not thrust your chest out. That is just a ridiculous burst of speed. Did I take second place on that, or did I take third? Okay, I took third. So somehow, even after that really bad start, I still got that. For super dash, press R when your character steps on the glowing triangle to perform an ultra dash. Okay. That's what was happening. I'm just like, oh, never mind. Why even stick your chest out if there's a triangle there to do that? Duckman 123465. Hello. How you doing tonight? Alright, I'm only doing this just to see if I can improve my overall time. I don't know what happened there. Whatever. Nice jog to a finish. That's alright. Our best time's still 9.598. On the first attempt. I think that's why I'm not getting anything now. It's like, it's... You kind of... Oh, she's wearing a little yukata. That's cool. That chow's way too happy, though. Alright, so next event is triple jump. My roommate is loud. At least when he's here. I actually don't know who's here. So if you can hear that, my apologies. We'll see what happens when I put this up. Alright. Where the hell is triple jump? Triple jump, I am... What is that I unlocked there? I think that might be... Oh, thank you very much for the follow there. Maybe that's unlocked for the story mode. I don't know. I don't even know who did I get for that. All right, we'll get Robotnik. Or sorry, Dr. Eggman. I always call him Robotnik, even though they normalized Dr. Eggman years ago. Daisy currently holds the best record. All right, so press A repeatedly to run to the foul line. The faster you press the A button, the faster you run. As far as I know, before you get to that point, it will lock your speed in. As the camera starts to pan around, it'll lock your speed in. And then press the buttons in order to hop, step, and then jump. Get a perfect on the hop and the step and the jump to do a super jump to get your best distance. As far as I know, it's always X, X, Y. So... But the hard part is getting that first hop. The hop from the foul line over to the step and then the jump. Because with that camera pan, you'll notice as we go into this, it is a little bit difficult to tell where the hell you're at. And it's very easy to foul. So I may need one more attempt after this. But you get 2 attempts anyways, so... It's a super jump, though, and I was before the foul line. Quite a bit. God, he's got clown shoes on. Well, that's pretty good. Not good enough to beat Knuckles, so we'll have to try to get a little bit more distance on that. We'll see. I might only be able to silver. Eggman's got too much weight up top. That's a better start distance. Yeah. That's better than Knuckles' first jump. So we're gonna take that? Get fucked, Knuckles. You knuckle fuck. Oh man, such determination on Eggman's face there. Like, he's ready to land. He's like, I am here. This would be the one time that Sonic does not beat me. I wonder if I can improve that. So there are tips here. Once you begin the approach, you will not slow down even on further input. You can concentrate on your takeoff. The faster the run-up, the more challenging the timing on the first hop will be. Yeah, be careful not to get a foul, which is one thing I've done a lot. Even if the hop timing is perfect, launching from just before the foul line gives you the most distance. We'll see what we can do on this. I have no idea. I didn't break my own record, so... I don't think he's fast enough for that. That's a foul. And not even a good jump. Big old clown shoes. I don't remember if it's over the yellow line into the blue area, or if it's past the blue area. He was clearly past the blue area. I don't remember where the actual foul begins. And clap he's doing, you actually get to do that clap in the standard Olympics game as kind of a way to amp up the crowd. But in here, it does it automatically. I don't think it actually gives you anything. Nah, that'd be enough to beat Knuckles again, I think. No, maybe not. It's actually worse this time around. Only enough for bronze. That's alright. We got gold on our first. Which means at this point, the only thing we haven't medaled in is boxing. I almost want to give that another shot. But I feel like even if I medal on it now, it won't matter. Because I clearly, as I was going for the medal the first time around, it didn't work out. Everything at this point, although it doesn't show a medal here, we got that on team. Somehow managed a medal in badminton. I'll never know how that worked out. Silver on there. We're actually doing pretty good, all things considered. We've at least gotten something on this. All right, final event out of the normal ones for the night. Football, which I've not tried on here yet. Press B to pass the ball to a teammate. Hold the button for a long pass or a cross. Press A to shoot the ball. Hold the button to increase the shot speed. Watch out! Holding it for too long will cause you to overshoot and miss the goal. Although Wario is just nailing that goal right there. When the super gauge is full, press L and R to enter super mode for faster dribbling. Pass to a teammate to speed up their dribbling as well. While in super mode, press A to do a super shot. If you have passed to multiple teammates during super mode, the shot will instead become a team super shot. Press B to try to steal the ball from the opponent. I don't know if I can get penalties for tackling. We'll see. I shouldn't have pressed A there. Alright. Knuckles. Metal Sonic. Daisy. Shadow. Yeah, we'll just keep that formation. I don't play association football. We're facing off against Peach, Wario, Waluigi, and Sonic. What a weird two princesses. The evil versions of the main Mario characters. Sonic, his evil version, and two of his evil versions. What a lineup. All right. Press A for a sliding tackle. Okay, so that's a steal tackle. You can get a foul off of tackles. You can choose your strategy from the change position menu by selecting the icon under strategy and formation. Press Y during the match to turn the strategy on or off. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to really worry about that too much. Of course, this definitely has advanced controls. Like you can control free kickball control. I don't know. Oh, that might be during penalties. Welcome back. Hopefully you had a good dinner. Alright, so we'll see how this goes. Yeah, because it only counts it as a quick match, which means we don't have to play multiples. Plus the pitch is nowhere near regulation size. It's definitely not like the official game. I don't know who I was passing to there. Alright, so it looks like we're actually going to play. Oops. Goalie, yeah, about to say, you want to get that ball there, buddy? Wow, they're just crowding the fucking goalie, aren't they? Sonic, I'm gonna fucking send you to the slammer. I got a headache at the very end. Dope. Yeah, no falling apart. It's no good. That was a waste of a super shot. Let's say, can I crowd the fucking... Yeah, fuck you, Wario. I wish my goalie would actually, like, fucking handle the ball. Alright, we'll see what we can do in the second half. My day has been... I worked today. I mean, I work from home, but... kind of getting tired of that, but I know they're not going to send us back to the office anytime soon. There's multiple things going on with that. Plus, it's really hot here in Las Vegas. There we go. Alright, Sonic, once again, is pulling some fucking... Pardon my French, pulling some horse shit. I feel like that would be a penalty. I don't remember if they're actually able to go into that section. He's just waiting there at the goal line. That's the only way they've gotten goals. These guys are playing dirty. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure nobody can actually, like... crowd the goalie that way. It's like hockey. It's like, you can't do that. Get fucked. Get my goals like a normal person. Outside the goalie box too, man. Gah! Start tackling everybody. Fuck you. Alright, I didn't make contact with the ball. It's my ball. Fuck off. Fuck. Fuck. I was hoping to tie it up. There's like not enough time to actually make a comeback on that, and considering Sonic wanted to be a dirty player, we'll give that one more go. I'm really upset at him. Like, come on, man. Okay, you can control it a little bit. I should have put more More gumption on that. Yeah. Hey, you like that, Wario? Or sorry, Waluigi? Boot. Yep, let that run out. I was about to say, can I just destroy the goalie there? Good tending there. Give him that much. Good job running it out there, Waluigi. Not how you're supposed to play. Alright. Slightly better. They didn't get no jank-ass goals on me during that first half. Right now I'm actually playing with stuff going in. Boink. Alright. I didn't realize they already fired that off. Alright, they have possession. That bounced off my goalie's chest into the goal. I don't think they're actually getting any legit goals. They're just getting Herman Munster goals. Get out of here. Daisy ready to rock. I was lucky though. I was pretty sure I was going to overshoot. Yeah, you go ahead and get a hold of that, buddy. Alright, that's mine. Whew. Alright. See how this ends, I don't know. Tied up. Probably penalty kicks. I'll do 2-2 offense. Bam, got it. I don't know what that AI pathing was doing there, but they're doing something. Good header there, Mario. That did you no good. Just gave me position. Oh, shit. Oink. That did me no good. Oh. Fuck. Don't fucking tie it up. Nope, we won that one. Jesus Christ. I wouldn't say that was hard, more it was just shenanigans. Wait, why are we lining? It was 2-1. What are we doing? Are we playing quarters instead of halves? Extra second? What the fuck? Wario, I'm gonna fuck you up. Somehow that tackle didn't even phase him. Why are we playing an extra second? I don't know why I kicked it that way. It's toward my own goal. Why did he kick it out? Whatever. Take that back. Thank you very much. Thank you again, Wario. Guys are just wasting time at this point. Take that back too. They're just giving up possession at this point. Although, Waluigi getting that breakaway does not help me. They have not... Never mind, they get possession there. Alright, now it's a win. Good lord. Abby Ritt, welcome in. Do enjoy this for what it is. Have you played the other 2020 Olympics game? I have, actually. I played that last year when they suspended the actual 2020 Tokyo Olympics. I will actually grab you a link. If I can access my Twitter page here. Yeah, I actually did a 3 nights over the course of a couple weeks on that one as well. I actually picked that game up. I found it was funny. They ended up finally releasing it over here, but it got released in, I think, July 2019. That is not the link I want. Hold on a second. If I can actually figure out how to keyboard. This will at least open the playlist. It won't automatically play. There we go. But yeah, I picked that up on my trip out there in August 2019. I was out in Japan at that point, and it was already on sale. I was anticipating them releasing it by the end of 2019, and then they didn't. And then it was like, what, May, when they said, hey, we're finally releasing it. I'm like, really? The official one is pretty good. A number of different events. They are still arcade-like, but they are a little bit closer to reality. Like the way you can have more of a setup where you're playing in preliminaries and then you're leading yourself up into medal games. Whereas this one, it's kind of like, if you lose, you might not get a medal. If you win, you'll probably get gold. If you can get it for cheap, and I like the fact that it's out on a lot of platforms here in the US, it's quite fun. And hopefully with it being out and it being around the Olympics, the online stuff actually is playable. Because I never found anybody online with it, unfortunately. Well, I don't know why that went into two extra quarters, since association football doesn't have quarters. But whatever, we won. Took us an extra try. Actually, I wanted to go back to here. Yeah, because I don't know how story mode works with this, that they take you through an actual Olympics, because there really isn't anything like that in here. I don't have anybody else to play this with, so. Well, we finished everything we wanted to do tonight. So we'll go in with some of the 1964 events real quick. So we did not place in boxing, unfortunately. That was a complete travesty. That did not work out at all. We did medal in fencing teams, so that's pretty good. We gold medaled somehow in badminton. That took us an extra try, but we managed to get that. We medaled in archery teams. We medaled in canoe by a country mile. We at least placed in something on Dream Racing. We silver medaled in shortboard surfing. We hit a new record and hit gold on 100-meter dash. And at least medaled on triple jump. I was worried about that one. And we at least got something on football. So, we can now go over to some of these goofy events. I hadn't really thought about these too much, just simply because I was more concerned about the actual events. So there are 10 here. 100-meter dash, 400-meter hurdles, long jump marathon, 10-meter platform, which is diving, I believe, yeah. Vault, kayak, judo, volleyball, and shooting. Oh, there actually is a shooting one. Some of this just reminds me of the track and field games from Konami or Hyper Olympic, and the various titles that has had. And it's a weird... It's mostly 8-bit, but then since there's no 8-bit sprites, really, for the Sonic games, which is not technically true because they released Sonic stuff on Game Gear and Master System, and those would be 8-bit sprites. It's definitely meant to emulate a lot of the old Olympics games. I'm not expecting much out of these, and I won't really hold myself to too many medals on it. But with 10 events, we will go ahead and randomize it. We'll do 4 tonight. Just have to make sure we keep track of that. We'll do kayak single, K1 1,000 meters. So something similar to what we've already done. Just single rider. Alright. When start appears, rotate the left stick once to start. Perfect timing will give you a starting boost. I'm not sure how that's going to go. The timing gauge fluctuates depending upon how fast you rotate the left analog stick. Keep the gauge within the perfect timing area to speed up. Once you're near the finish line, rotate for the final push. The more you rotate, the faster you'll pedal. Alright, fair enough. Do randomly again on this, so we get tails. Alright, we've set no records on this because I have not played this event.
They have taken position. It's about to begin. And they're off. Tails, that's a bit of a late start. Tails, into high gear. Tails, is there a chance? The athletes are squeezing out all their energy.
Good lord.
That is an amazing
I don't think I
start.
passed him there.
That's a new personal
Nope.
best.
Actually, that's usually what Luigi does when he dies. I barely beat him. Okay. That was a fluke. I was thinking, I was like, is that him celebrating? Because that's usually what you see when a Mario character dies in Super Mario Brothers. Tails is not even remotely amused about getting a gold medal. I just realized I played that on very hard as well. I guess that's still on there. Okay. Done and done. That's good. Alright. Alright, so we've done kayaking. 100-meter dash. Guess we'll just keep it on very hard. We've been doing everything else on very hard. Alright, when the event begins, hold A to charge power, release A to start running. Press A repeatedly to go faster. The faster you press the button, the faster you will run. Simple enough. We get Luigi. Alright, so... Actually, when did it want us to do that? I guess I can just keep an eye on everybody else when the best time to start is. I do like the aesthetic to these. Alright, I was looking at the wrong character. Jesus. Homeboy's quick. I do like when you have Peach in this, since she has no legs for her 8-bit sprite, she's just flying, basically. Yeah, I'm gonna have to play through the story mode probably on my own. I hadn't really planned on doing it here for the Olympic streams I have for the next couple Fridays or Saturdays. So I wasn't sure how long it would take, but it would probably be good to go through just to get some extra stuff unlocked. Alright, congrats Luigi, you got a gold medal. I wasn't even aware I could do it that fast. Maybe I'll only do 3. I have less events on the 3rd night. So I was really wondering whether or not I'd be able to run this until 10 o'clock, and that's a no. Because we're at 9 o'clock and we're basically done with most of the stuff. Alright, hurdles time. This might give us some trouble. Alright, same start as the 100-meter dash. Same thing. So you enter the jump zone. For each hurdle, press the B button to jump. And yeah, hitting it at... It's kind of like with the regular official Olympics one. Oh, the story mode? Yeah, I was kind of worried about that. So I probably would have done that. I don't think it would have been quite as interesting. Alright, Mario time. He's good at jumping.
Mario.
Dr. Eggman being a troll.
Not a bad start.
Oh, this one is slow.
Was the jump too early? A perfect jump.
Tails is kicking my ass, though.
Cleared the hurdle easily.
Well, this is 400 meters.
A perfect jump.
Good lord.
Rhythm
I
going.
got smoked.
Display of talent. That's a good time.
Yeah, the regular one doesn't have a... It's pretty much just centered around, hey, you can run Olympics and you can do stuff online, but there's a trade-off on that since you don't get a story mode, but you do get currency you can earn through events, and then you have the ridiculous amount of customization, which I know they've added to since then. I wonder if I can do a little bit better on this one.
And the start was nailed.
Supposed to... Hold on, let me try. Was it holding down and not letting go of A? Okay, no, release at start. Give that a retry. I don't want to retry too much.
Mario. Perfect start.
That's a better start.
I'm impressed. Amazing form. So many great jumps. A perfect jump. That's a nice rhythm going.
It's a hell of a loss of speed there.
That was truly a gold medal performance.
There we go.
An astonishing result.
Though it does make me thankful that there's not as many, like, ridiculous button taps and a lot of other stuff with these newer ones. Like, yeah, we don't make you press the button as much. It's just like, here's a gauge. Press it the right timing. You're good. I'll take my ill-gotten gold on that one. And everything else... Oh, I haven't tried it out with the... How bad does the analog filter look? We'll see. Let's try the 100-meter dash again with that on. Usually I keep those filters off because it looks like crap through OBS. Oh, that's not great. I mean, I'm fine with it on my end. It probably looks pretty bad for you guys.
A lightning quick start. Dr. Eggman's in the lead. Eggman keeping fast.
Damn, Eggman's fast.
What an incredible time. That record beat the last one.
I just set a new record with Eggman? Okay. Yeah, definitely not going to have that on. Alright, so that means I need to make sure I check this next time as we're... With nights 2 and 3 as we go into these 1964 events to make sure, hey, is this one I've done? No? Okay, cool. So we can do 3 more next time. Since what do we have lined up? I actually need to change that over here. Since we've done everything we need to do, I can go ahead and give you a preview of what we have in store for night 2, which will be maybe next Friday. Like, I was anticipating that I was going to have to do this stream tomorrow, and then I ended up looking at my schedule today, and my friends were like, yeah, we don't really know what to do, so we're just going to not do anything. One of them's Dashno Chris, who's not here. I think he's probably in bed, since he didn't get much sleep last night before his overtime work shift. I'm going to see him tomorrow. So, what was going to take place tomorrow took place tonight, so most likely it won't be next Saturday for night 2, but I'll go ahead and show you night 2's events. We'll be starting out with Karate Kumite, Badminton Double, some more badminton action, discus throw, equestrian jumping, individual, which I think that's a team event as well. I think we might have that for night 3. Skateboarding, park, dream shooting, I can show you that. Doubles table tennis, individual fencing, which we had team for that tonight. The 4x100 meter relay, which might have to do another attempt on that on my own, but that one I wasn't sure about, and then when I kind of figured it out And when the game's really, really obviously telling you, oh, by the way, this is where you want to dash, don't dash any sooner and don't dash any later. When it shows up, do it. When you get the timing down, being able to nail that event is actually pretty easy. And then the 110 meter hurdles, which I don't believe I've actually tried on any difficulty setting. I have not. But that one's going to be similar to the 8-bit one we saw, where it's hauling ass, making sure you're jumping at the right time to maximize your speed, and you're good to go. But in any case, I realize that I've kept that view of Odaiba up the whole time. It's probably still running. Oh yeah, it's still live. Can't see anybody. They're not running any events yet. I don't recall when do water events, and I don't even remember what takes place around Odaiba. Let's see if I can find that on the Wikipedia page for events. If they can tell me where all of the... No, not the host selection. Give me the locations. Number of teams, no. Venues and infrastructure. There we go. I'm trying to remember what they were doing around Odaiba. That'd be in the Tokyo Bay Zone, I believe. Canoeing is in Kasai Rinkai Park in Edogawa, which is in Tokyo Prefecture. That doesn't help. Outlying venues. Well, that doesn't help either. I did remember, I forgot that they were holding the marathon up in Sapporo, up in Hokkaido, which is a really good call on their part, since you're outside a lot for a marathon, obviously. And one of the things I think I might have mentioned at the top of the stream, which I'll mention multiple times, doing a lot of these events in Japan in July and August, bad idea. I can speak from experience on that. They should have pushed it off quite a bit. All right, where outlying? Okay, Odaiba Marine Park is for aquatics, marathon swimming, and triathlon. So I think the marathon swimming is in the area we see on screen right now. Because water polo is in Tokyo Tatsumi International Swimming Center. That's an indoor facility. Field hockey is another spot which was built for it. Is it just called OI or OI? OI Hockey Stadium. Don't know. I don't remember field hockey being big in that country, so maybe they'll get more use out of that facility when it's done. Swimming, diving, and artistic swimming are at the Tokyo Aquatic Center, which is, I believe, built for this. The water polo spot is an existing facility. And, yeah, obviously, temporary stands at Odaiba Marine Park, because that's really not a place that you would normally do stuff. You can set up events around there, just not quite this. So I'm sure they would have had to have done some stuff. Thankfully, though, they seem to be using a lot of existing buildings. The National Stadium is the only new thing. They're playing baseball in Yokohama. Some stuff's in Saitama. Things like that. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to call that there because it's just after 9. We're out of events, and I don't want to start cutting into events for nights 2 and 3. So, what do I want to sign off with? I have no idea because we kind of covered a lot of shit at the top of the stream. I'm sure we'll cover some of it later on next week as we get to night 2, because we have an entire week of stuff where things can go wrong or good. We'll see. Maybe things will get better. Maybe we'll have some good news as we're talking about the Olympics and other things with night 2 of AFC's 2021 Stay-at-Home Olympics. But thank you for everybody for tuning in. Thank you very much, Duckman1234465 for the follow. And we'll hopefully see you guys next week. Before then, I will have some streams, some regular streams during the rest of the week. So stay tuned for those. Obviously, Density Thursday is a thing. Hopefully a thing we'll do for a little while. Don't know what I'll have before that, but we'll figure something out. But hopefully we'll be able to see you on night 2 as well, as I said. In any case, stay safe, stay well, stay masked up. Watch out for weirdos out there. Be very, very safe as things are still a little crazy in our world. But hopefully have a good week. Have a good weekend as well. And we'll see you all next time. Have a good night.